Life is chess, not checkers. The winners think 10 moves ahead while others only see the present. Chess is not a game, it's a map of the human mind. Every piece is a choice, every move is a consequence, and every mistake is irreversible. Grandmasters think differently. They don't chase quick wins. They build foundations. They evaluate positions. They wait with patience. And when the moment comes, they strike with preparation made 10 moves earlier. While the crowd reacts to emotions, the Grandmaster observes. Where others see the moment, the Grandmaster sees the entire board. Where people fight for single moves, the Grandmaster controls the whole game. That's why chess has lasted for thousands of years, not just as a sport, but as a symbol of power and strategy. Kings, generals, leaders, CEOs, they all used chess thinking to dominate. Because chess doesn't just teach you how to win on the board, it teaches you how to win in life. In business, it's resource management. In relationships, it's rhythm and control. In careers, it's staying ahead while forcing others to follow. This video is more than a lesson in chess. It's a complete strategy guide. A system to make you the Grandmaster of your own life. Once you start thinking like a Grandmaster, you'll never see the world the same way again. A chessboard looks simple, 64 squares, 32 pieces. But to a Grandmaster, it is not a game, it is a battlefield, a map of the mind, a mirror of life itself. Long-term planning. Picture an amateur. They move the first piece they see. They celebrate a small gain and lose everything 5 moves later. Now picture a Grandmaster. He sacrifices a pawn today to trap a king tomorrow. Every move is not for now, it's for later. In life, this is foresight. The winners don't think about Friday night. They think about 5 years ahead. Position evaluation. A Grandmaster doesn't just stare at the piece in front of them. They scan the board. They ask, where is the real danger? Where is the hidden weakness? This is awareness. In business, it's reading the market. In relationships, it's seeing beyond words to motives. Most people look at what's loud. Masters look at what's silent. Resource management. Every piece matters. A pawn is not useless. It controls space. A knight bends the battlefield. The queen is lethal, but reckless if misused. In life, your pieces are time, energy, and focus. Spend them carelessly, you collapse. Spend them wisely, you dominate. Timing. A Grandmaster knows. A brilliant move played too early becomes a mistake. Too late, and the window is gone. The art is patience. Wait until your opponent overreaches. Then strike with precision. In business, this is the deal closed at the exact moment of desperation. In life, this is knowing when silence speaks louder than words. Initiative. The true power in chess is not the pieces, it is initiative. The one who dictates the game forces the other to react. In life, this means setting the frame. You don't wait to be attacked. You decide the terms of engagement. The weak spend their lives reacting. The strong make others dance to their rhythm. Grandmaster law. Control is not about reacting better. It's about creating the game so others have no choice but to react to you. On the board, tactics are weapons. In the mind, they are psychological strikes. Pins, the grip of logic. A pin looks simple. One piece is locked, move it, and disaster follows. Psychologically, this is when you trap someone with truth, a fact they cannot escape. A frame so tight, every defense makes them weaker. They are frozen, checkmated before they even move. Forks, the double threat. A fork is merciless. One move, two targets. Whichever they defend, they still lose. In life, this is the ultimatum. A single decision that forces your opponent to choose their defeat. Skewers, the exposure. A skewer strikes what is hidden. You hit the strong piece first, forcing it to move and reveal the weakness behind it. Psychologically, this is pressure on someone's pride. They protect their ego and expose their secret vulnerability. Discoveries, the hidden blade. A discovery feels like magic. You shift one piece and unleash a hidden strike. In life, this is indirect power. A casual remark that uncovers truth. A silent action that reveals what was concealed. Your move is nothing until the real attack appears. Sacrifices power through loss. The crowd gasps when a Grandmaster gives up a queen, but the master smiles, because the sacrifice is never weakness, it's bait. Lose the short game to dominate the long game. In business, this is giving up profit today to own the market tomorrow. In psychology, it's yielding in the moment to control the ending. Combinations, the crushing sequence. A single move is nothing. A chain of moves is everything. Combination attacks are waves, relentless, calculated, inevitable. In life, this is layered pressure. One question, one silence, one gesture, each on its own is small. Together, they break the opponent's mind. The lesson is simple. Tactics win battles, strategy wins wars. But the Grandmaster, he wields both, until his opponent is not just defeated, but dismantled. The opening is art, the middle game is war, but the end game is surgery, precise, ruthless, unforgiving. Conversion from edge to victory. In the end game, small advantages matter. A single pawn, a single tempo. The Grandmaster converts these details into victory. In life, this is execution. It's not enough to build momentum. You must finish. One misstep, and everything collapses. Precision, the razor's edge. At this stage, there is no room for waste. Every move must serve a purpose. Every decision must be exact. In negotiations, this means no filler words. In relationships, no reckless emotions. Endgames are decided by accuracy, by the discipline to do only what matters. Mistake avoidance, winning by not losing. Most endgames are not won, they are lost. One careless move, one overlooked detail. The Grandmaster knows this. So he waits, he watches, he lets the opponent self-destruct. In psychology, this is restraint, the power of silence, the refusal to react. Sometimes the strongest move is no move at all. Time, the final opponent. The clock ticks, the board shrinks. Tension grows heavier with every second. Grandmasters know how to manage time, burning it when they must, conserving it when it counts. In life, this is patience, knowing when to strike and when to wait. Time pressure destroys the weak, but the master bends time to his will. The endgame is not about brilliance, It's about control, small details, precise timing, relentless discipline. The Grandmaster doesn't just win the board, he erases doubt. He makes victory inevitable. The Grandmaster mindset doesn't stop at 64 squares. It applies everywhere. Business, relationships, life itself. Business strategy, playing the long game. In business, amateurs chase quarterly wins. Grandmasters think decades. They invest where others panic. They position before the market shifts. They sacrifice small profits for empire building. The board is global, and every competitor is just another piece. Relationship dynamics, control without force. In relationships, most people play checkers, reacting move by move. But the Grandmaster reads 3 moves ahead. He knows when silence pressures more than words, when retreat builds attraction, when patience bends loyalty. It's not manipulation, it's design. Social power, frame and initiative. Every conversation is a battle for the frame. The one who sets the context controls the board. The Grandmaster uses questions like pawns to open space. He uses silence like bishops to cut diagonals. He never plays the obvious move. He plays the move that makes others reveal themselves. Career moves, position over tactics. Most people chase titles. The Grandmaster chases positioning. It's not about where you are now, it's about where that position leads. A lateral move today, a sacrifice tomorrow, checkmate in 5 years. The chessboard is just a mirror. Every negotiation, every relationship, every career choice, all of them follow the same rules. Those who think 1 move ahead are pawns. Those who think 10 moves ahead become kings. Knowledge without practice is nothing. Grandmasters train through drills, simple, repeatable, powerful. Exercise 1, the 10-move forecast. Every morning, pick one situation, business, social, or personal. Write down 10 possible moves ahead if they resist, if they comply. See the forks, see the traps. Train your mind to see further than anyone else. Exercise 2, the silence trap. In your next conversation, pause. 3 full seconds. Say nothing. Let silence work. Watch them shift. Watch them reveal. That's a real-life pin. Exercise 3, the strategic sacrifice. Choose one comfort to give up this week. Maybe it's sleeping in. Maybe it's scrolling. Maybe it's easy pleasure. Sacrifice short-term comfort. Gain long-term control. Exercise 4, Endgame precision. Take one unfinished project. Set a 72-hour deadline. Remove distractions. Finish with precision. Grandmasters don't leave loose ends. They convert. These drills aren't about perfection. They're about perception. Every move shifts you from pawn thinking to Grandmaster vision. You've walked the board. You've learned the openings. You've mastered the tactics. You've studied the endgame. And now you see life as a chessboard. This is your certification, not on paper, but in perception. Because once you think like a Grandmaster, you never see the world the same way again. From business to relationships, from negotiations to personal battles, the same rules apply. Those who think ahead always control those who don't. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, live like a Grandmaster. Plan 3 moves ahead in every decision. Notice the patterns. Play the long game. Most people play checkers. Simple, shallow, predictable. You now play chess, strategic, patient, unstoppable. Subscribe now and sharpen your edge, because this is just the opening, and the game has only begun.